Hey everyone, welcome back to Native Speakers Channel. I'm Johnny and I'm super excited to have you here with us today. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We create real English conversations to help you improve your listening skills, expand your vocabulary, and most importantly, help you sound more natural when speaking English. Today, I'm joined by my good friend Sarah, and we're going to have an awesome conversation about parks and outdoor activities. This is a topic that comes up all the time in everyday English, so whether you're planning a picnic, going hiking, or just chatting with friends about your weekend plans, this lesson will be incredibly useful for you. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Sarah, how are you doing today?
Hey, Johnny, I'm doing great, thanks. I'm really excited about this topic because I absolutely love spending time outdoors. There's just something so refreshing about being in nature, you know?
Oh, I totally agree. There's nothing quite like getting some fresh air and sunshine. Speaking of which, I was actually at the park yesterday, and it got me thinking about how much time people spend in parks without really appreciating all the different activities you can do there. What's your favorite thing to do when you visit a park?
That's a great question. I'd have to say my favorite activity is probably going for a long walk or a light jog on the trails. I love how it clears my mind and helps me disconnect from all the stress of daily life. Plus, it's great exercise without feeling like you're actually working out, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. I'm the same way. I find that when I'm walking through a park surrounded by trees and greenery, I can actually think more clearly. It's like my brain gets a chance to reset. Do you have a favorite park that you like to go to, or do you switch it up?
I actually have a few favorites depending on what I'm in the mood for. There's a small neighborhood park near my house that's perfect for quick morning walks. It's about a 15-minute loop, which is ideal when I don't have much time. But when I want a longer outing, I head to the state park about 20 minutes away. That one has miles and miles of hiking trails, a beautiful lake, and tons of wildlife. I've seen deer, rabbits, and all kinds of birds there.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. The state park near me is similar. Last month, I went there with some friends and we spent the entire day hiking. We packed a lunch and found this incredible spot by a stream where we had a picnic. It was honestly one of the best days I've had in a while. Have you ever done any picnicking in parks?
All the time. Picnics are one of my favorite outdoor activities, especially in the spring and summer when the weather's perfect. There's something so simple and enjoyable about eating outside. I usually pack sandwiches, some fruit, maybe some chips or crackers, and definitely something sweet for dessert. And of course, a nice cold drink. What about you? What do you typically bring for a picnic?
I'm pretty similar. I love making wraps or sandwiches because they're easy to eat and not too messy. I also always bring a big blanket to sit on. That's essential. And here's a pro tip for everyone watching. Bring some wet wipes or hand sanitizer because you'll definitely need to clean your hands. Oh, and don't forget to bring a trash bag. It's so important to clean up after yourself and leave the park exactly as you found it, or even better.
Absolutely. That's such an important point, Johnny. Littering in parks is really disrespectful to nature and to other people who want to enjoy the space. I always follow the leave no trace principle. Basically, pack out everything you pack in. Some parks even have signs reminding visitors to do this.
Exactly. It's all about being a responsible visitor. Now, let's talk about some other activities people can do in parks. Obviously, walking and picnicking are popular, but there's so much more. What about sports and games? Do you ever play anything when you're at the park?
Oh, yes. I love playing frisbee with friends. It's such a fun, casual activity that anyone can do regardless of their fitness level. You don't need to be super athletic to enjoy throwing a frisbee around. I've also played volleyball at parks that have courts set up. And of course, there are always people playing soccer or football on the open fields.
Frisbee is awesome. I actually have a disc golf set, and there's a disc golf course at one of the parks in my area. Have you ever tried disc golf? It's kind of like regular golf, but instead of hitting a ball into a hole, you're throwing a frisbee at a target, usually a basket with chains.
I've heard of it, but never tried it. It sounds really fun, though. Is it difficult to learn?
Not at all. That's the beauty of it. It's easy to pick up, but it can be challenging to master. The basic idea is simple. Throw your disc toward the target and try to get it in using as few throws as possible. Some courses are pretty straightforward, while others have obstacles like trees, hills, or water hazards that make it more challenging. I definitely recommend trying it if you get the chance.
I'll have to look into that. You know what else I love about parks? They're perfect for photography. I'm always taking pictures of flowers, trees, landscapes, and wildlife. It's become a bit of a hobby for me. Do you ever take photos when you're outdoors?
I do, actually. I'm not a professional or anything, but I love capturing beautiful moments in nature. The lighting in parks, especially during golden hour, that's the hour before sunset, is absolutely stunning. I've gotten some really great shots of sunsets reflecting on lakes and ponds, and bird photography is something I'm trying to get better at, though it's pretty challenging because they move so quickly.
Oh, bird photography is tough. You need a lot of patience and a good camera with a decent zoom lens. But it's so rewarding when you finally get that perfect shot. Speaking of wildlife, have you ever been to a park specifically to go bird watching?
I haven't gone on an official bird-watching trip, but I'd love to. I know some people are really serious about it. They have binoculars, guidebooks, and they can identify birds just by their calls. It's pretty impressive. Have you done any bird watching?
A little bit. My dad is actually really into it, and he's taught me to identify some common species in our area. We have cardinals, blue jays, robins, woodpeckers, and occasionally we'll see hawks or owls. It's fascinating once you start paying attention to the different birds around you. You realize there's this whole world of activity happening right above your head that you might have been missing.
That's so cool. It really makes you more aware of your surroundings. Now, let's talk about parks in different seasons, because the experience can be totally different depending on the time of year. What's your favorite season for outdoor activities?
Oh, that's tough. I think I'd have to say fall or autumn, if you prefer that term. The weather is usually perfect, not too hot, not too cold, and the changing leaves are absolutely gorgeous. There's something magical about walking through a park when the trees are showing off their red, orange, and yellow colors. Plus, the air has that crisp, fresh quality to it. What about you? What's your favorite season?
I'm torn between spring and fall, but I think I lean slightly toward spring. After a long winter, it's so refreshing to see everything come back to life. The flowers start blooming, the trees get their leaves back, and all the animals become more active. It feels like nature is waking up from a long sleep.
I love spring too, although I have to admit my allergies aren't a fan of all that pollen, but it's worth it for how beautiful everything is. Summer is great too, especially for water activities. Do you ever go to parks with lakes or rivers for swimming or kayaking?
Absolutely. During the summer, I try to get to the lake as often as possible. Swimming on a hot day is the best way to cool off, and it's great exercise too. I've also tried stand-up paddleboarding a few times, which is surprisingly fun once you get the hang of balancing on the board. Have you ever done paddleboarding?
I have, yes. It took me a while to feel steady on the board, but once I got comfortable, it was really enjoyable. It's a nice way to explore a lake or calm river while getting a good core workout at the same time. I've also been kayaking several times, which I really love. There's something peaceful about gliding across the water and taking in the scenery from a different perspective.
Kayaking is fantastic. I went on a kayaking trip last summer where we paddled down a gentle river for about 4 hours. We saw turtles sunbathing on logs, fish jumping out of the water, and even a beaver. It was like being in a nature documentary. Those kinds of experiences really make you appreciate the natural world.
They really do. And that brings up another great point about parks and outdoor spaces. They're not just for recreation, they're also important for conservation and protecting wildlife habitats. A lot of people don't realize that when they visit a park, they're entering an ecosystem that's home to countless plants and animals.
That's such an important point, Sarah. Parks play a crucial role in preserving biodiversity, especially in areas where there's a lot of urban development. They provide safe spaces for wildlife to live, breed, and thrive. And for city dwellers, parks offer a rare opportunity to connect with nature without having to travel far from home.
Exactly. Even small urban parks can make a big difference. I read somewhere that spending time in nature, even just 20 minutes in a park, can significantly reduce stress levels and improve mental health. In our busy, technology-filled lives, having access to green spaces is more important than ever.
I completely believe that. I know from personal experience that when I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, a walk in the park helps me feel so much better. There's actually a Japanese practice called forest bathing or Shinrin-yoku, which is all about spending time in nature to improve wellness. It's not about exercising or achieving anything, it's simply about being present in a natural environment and taking it all in through your senses.
I've heard of that. It sounds wonderful. I think we could all benefit from slowing down and just being in nature without any particular goal or agenda. Just sitting under a tree, listening to the birds, feeling the breeze. It's therapeutic.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about some activities that people might not immediately think of when they think about parks. For example, outdoor yoga and fitness classes have become really popular in parks. Have you ever participated in anything like that?
I have. Last summer, there was a free yoga class in the park every Saturday morning, and I went a few times. It was such a lovely experience, practicing yoga on the grass with the sun shining and birds chirping in the background. It felt so much better than being in a stuffy gym or studio. The instructor said that practicing outdoors helps you feel more grounded and connected to the earth.
That sounds amazing. I've seen groups doing boot camp style workouts in parks too, using benches for step-ups, doing push-ups on the grass, and running around the trails. Parks are basically free outdoor gyms if you're creative. You can do so much without any equipment.
So true. And it's not just fitness activities. I've also seen people painting and sketching in parks, reading books, meditating, playing musical instruments, and even practicing dance routines. Parks really are versatile spaces that can accommodate so many different interests and hobbies.
You're right. I've actually seen some really talented musicians performing in parks. Some do it just for the joy of playing outdoors, while others are busking. That's when musicians perform in public spaces and people can give them tips or donations if they enjoy the performance.
Busking is great. It adds so much character and life to a park. I love it when I'm walking through a park and suddenly I hear someone playing guitar or violin. It makes the whole experience more memorable. What about organized events in parks? Have you been to any festivals or concerts held in park settings?
Oh, yes. My city has a summer concert series where they bring in different bands to perform at the main park every Friday evening. People bring lawn chairs or blankets, sometimes food and drinks, and just enjoy live music under the stars. It's become a really popular community event. They also do outdoor movie nights occasionally, where they set up a big screen and show family-friendly films.
That sounds so fun. Outdoor movie nights are great, especially for families with kids. It's a unique experience that you can't replicate at home. I've also been to farmers markets held in parks, which is a nice combination of supporting local vendors and enjoying the outdoors.
Farmers markets and parks are wonderful. Fresh produce, homemade goods, and a nice atmosphere. What's not to love? It's also a great way to support your local community and small businesses. Now, speaking of community, let's talk about how parks bring people together. They're such important social spaces.
Absolutely. Parks are places where people from all walks of life come together. You'll see young families with kids playing on the playground, teenagers hanging out with friends, elderly couples taking strolls, people walking their dogs, athletes training, and artists creating. It's this beautiful mix of humanity all sharing the same space.
Well said. And that diversity is one of the things I love most about parks. They're truly democratic spaces. They're free and open to everyone, regardless of age, background, or income level. In a world where so many experiences are commercialized, parks remain places where you can just be without having to spend money.
That's such an important point. Accessibility is crucial, though I should mention that while many parks are free, some state or national parks do charge entrance fees, which help maintain the facilities and trails. But even those fees are usually pretty reasonable, especially if you get an annual pass.
Good clarification. And those fees really do go towards important things like trail maintenance, restroom facilities, ranger programs, and conservation efforts. Speaking of which, have you ever participated in any park volunteer activities like trail cleanups or tree planting events?
I have, actually. I participated in a park cleanup day last Earth Day. A bunch of volunteers got together and we spent a few hours picking up litter, pulling invasive plant species, and generally helping to maintain the park. It felt really good to give back to a place that I enjoy so much. Plus, it was a nice way to meet other people who care about the environment.
That's awesome. Volunteering is such a great way to contribute to your community. I think everyone who regularly uses parks should consider doing some kind of volunteer work to help maintain them. After all, these spaces won't take care of themselves. They need people who are willing to put in the effort to keep them beautiful and functional.
Agreed. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about park safety. It's important for everyone, especially people who might be new to outdoor activities, to know how to stay safe. What are some safety tips you'd share with listeners?
Great topic. First and foremost, always let someone know where you're going and when you expect to be back, especially if you're going on hiking on more remote trails. Bring plenty of water. Dehydration is no joke, and it's easy to underestimate how much water you'll need. Wear appropriate clothing and footwear for your activity, and definitely bring sun protection like sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses.
All excellent points. I'd also add that it's important to stay on marked trails and paths. Going off trail can be dangerous and can also damage fragile ecosystems. Also, be aware of wildlife and know what to do if you encounter animals. Most animals will leave you alone if you give them space, but it's important to never feed wild animals or approach them.
Yes, and bring a basic first aid kit if you're going on a longer hike. Things like Band-Aids, pain relievers, antiseptic wipes, and any personal medications you might need. Oh, and a fully charged phone is essential in case of emergencies, though be aware that some remote areas might not have cell service.
Definitely. And one more thing, check the weather forecast before you go. Getting caught in a storm or extreme heat can be dangerous. If the weather looks questionable, it might be better to postpone your outing or choose an activity closer to shelter.
Perfect advice. Well, Sarah, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, no pun intended. From picnics and hiking to wildlife watching and park volunteering, we've explored so many wonderful ways to enjoy parks and outdoor activities.
We really have. I hope everyone watching feels inspired to get outside and spend some time in nature. Whether you have a huge national park nearby or just a small neighborhood green space, there's so much value in connecting with the outdoors.
Absolutely. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us today on Native Speakers Channel. We hope this conversation has helped you learn some new vocabulary and phrases related to parks and outdoor activities. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more real English conversations. Drop a comment below and tell us about your favorite park or outdoor activity. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please share your experiences with us. And remember, the best way to improve your English is to practice regularly and expose yourself to natural conversations like this one. Keep listening, keep learning, and most importantly, get outside and enjoy nature.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy trails!
Bye, everyone. See you next time.